to the Electronic Playground podcast. I have Neil Goforth with me today, and he is with Comfort Keepers. And I wanted to give you a chance to introduce yourself, Neil.
My name is Neil Goforth. I'm with Comfort Keepers. I'm a lifelong Yuba County resident. I'm married to my wife, Jennifer, and I have two daughters. We have two daughters, and we have three grandkids.
Oh, I love that. You guys are an amazing family. I've had a chance to get to know you at some different events. Now, you started Comfort Keepers how long ago?
2002.
2002 is when you took over the branch for Marysville, or?
We opened it. It's a franchise.
It's a franchise, okay.
We bought a franchise of Comfort Keepers. It's kind of a funny story. We're looking at something to do on our own, and we saw Comfort Keepers in Entrepreneur Magazine, and it happened to be the franchise of the year that year. And so we investigated, and one thing led to another, and here we are.
Okay.
Almost 24, 25 years later.
Wow. That's incredible. What was a challenge when you started a business that nobody ever told you about?
I had to learn to be an employer. I was always good at sales, so I had to learn to be a manager. And then as we got farther along, I had to learn to let go of certain things in order to grow. And fortunately, part of the franchise system is we have support from our home office. And we had a coach, and he was really good at mentoring me and telling me, okay, you need to decide the things you like to do, and you need to hire for the things you don't like to do. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck where you are. And that really resonated. He and I really resonated with each other. And so when we did that, then we grew.
Is that one of those early on decisions you made that you feel like definitely made a big impact?
That decision, yes, but it was, looking back, it was too many years down the road when I did it.
You regretted not doing it earlier.
Sooner, but our system was young in 2002, and everybody's matured and you learn. And, when I first started, a lot of people didn't even know what home care was. And so we had an educational component of letting people know there was such a thing out there. And then personal level, I had to learn to be a boss and manage money and manage payroll and insurance and work comp and all those things. And so just a learning curve.
Was there a point in your business where you're like, wow, this business is really going to work?
We were fortunate, and I don't know if it's because we are connected in the community living here, but it didn't take us very long to pay the bills. And once I knew we could pay the bills and I saw the potential, then I knew we were going to be okay. And it wasn't like we were okay overnight. We lived on one income for a lot of years. My wife's a nurse practitioner. And so it took some time, but eventually, it paid off.
Do you think that having your wife work full-time while you built this business was imperative in order to succeed?
Yes and no. It was for me. Some people can do it. Some people can work as a husband and wife in the same business. But it was nice that she had a job that could afford us the opportunity to grow our business, to get it to where, it could start drawing a salary and so on. But she was very instrumental in helping at the beginning with things like scheduling, understanding things that, even though we're not medical, she understood things from the scheduling and the medical side that helped.
Okay.
Helped a lot. So,
like the administrative.
That, dealing with people a little bit, I had done some of that too. And so we just made a great team, I guess.
That's awesome. Now, you have had some incredible longevity with your staff. What do you attribute that to?
I attribute it to, in my former life, I worked locally for a very good business owner, a very good employer who was compassionate, took care of his people, was built on service. And so I say that's how I grew up. That was ingrained, that you treat people right, whether they're your vice president or they're the ground level person that's on their first day. And so the thing I've always tried to do is involve people in decisions and be a team effort. So if we have something big going on, I'll call the team in, and like your office staff, for example, and say, okay, this is what I'm facing. This is what I got to do. I'd like your feedback. Other owners will rule top down, and they'll say, this is what we're doing. I think everyone can offer good suggestions. And I mean, ultimately, you're the owner and you have to make the call. But giving people the opportunity to be involved, I think, is critical. And I appreciate their opinion. They see things I don't. You know, I look at the business this way, and they'll say, "Have you ever thought about this?" Like, oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah. So some good collaboration within your team. They see your vision.
Yeah, we have a joke about when we handle issues or a decision has to be made. I tell them, you have to learn to think, what would Neil do? What would Neil do in this situation? And that's worked out really well.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, ultimately, right or wrong, it is my decision, and so it's worked out well. We've been very blessed. I mean, to be in business 20-something years and still growing, and the team is amazing. I tell everybody, I've said over the years I have the best team I've ever had, and right now I do have the best team I've ever had. They're an incredible bunch of people.
That's amazing. And you do lead by example. I mean, I've seen you out in the community. You're out there with your team. You're not just saying, hey, you guys go do this. I mean, sometimes they are on their own because you have other things to do. But there's so many times you're there with them. You're out networking and building that community relationship.
I enjoy people. So I enjoy doing that. I enjoy making connections locally, and I enjoy introducing people. And, you know, we're in a relationship business, and that's important to me. I like it when I go somewhere, you know, and the payoff for me in this whole business has been when someone comes up and says, thanks, you made a difference.
Oh.
Whether you being me or you being one of our caregivers, but when someone comes up and says, you made a difference, that's been my payoff, because if you're taking care of things, the money and everything else will fall into place.
Yeah.
And it has.
You have a business where your employees go into people's homes at the most vulnerable times of their life. And they have to be everything for that person, you know? And so you're really creating something it's not necessarily available even in nature anymore. In our society, it seems like not everybody has that giving heart. Do you see that too, or are you seeing a different side of things?
No, it takes a special person to be a caregiver. And it's interesting, we have caregivers that when someone's terminal, a lot of people don't want to be around someone that's passing. It bothers them, whatever their own experience. But we have others that they love to help people transition, pass on, whatever you want to call it. And those people are angels. They help the family. They come in, they do the things that a caregiver does, so the family can be parent and child and enjoy their time that they have left. And so watching the caregivers help people, help them stay in their home, you know, I mean, that's our mission. But watching someone execute that, making someone feel special, making that person that maybe has some dementia and is a shut-in, getting them involved in things like a game or going to the store or anything, folding towels, you know, and if that person with dementia folds the same towel 10 times, so what? They were involved, you know, and they can put themselves in that person's world. And so to answer your question, watching those great caregivers do what they do is pretty amazing. And that's what makes us what we are.
Yeah.
It's not me in the office, it's our team.
It's your team, it's the empathy, it's the desire and the care that they give to your clientele. What non-negotiable leadership value do you hire and fire by?
Well, to start off, we're licensed by the state. And so every caregiver goes through a background check, including the owner. And we are all bonded and insured. And so when you hire, you look for someone that has a caring heart. You know, you don't want someone that just wants a job. You want someone that wants to help people because they are vulnerable. you're in your home, you're paying someone, and then you're letting them in your home. And think about, would you like having someone in your home? Well, yeah, I'd like to have some help, but I don't want really someone marching around my home. But then they make that connection, and it is interesting to watch, because then it's like, where's my caregiver?
They don't want a different one. They
But,
want the one they've connected with.
The things that cause us to terminate is when people don't show up to work, when they quit taking shifts, because the clients have a certain need, and the caregivers, a lot of them are part-time, they're family, or they can only work weekends or whatever. So you try to marry those two things. But the biggest thing that gets under my skin, and it doesn't happen very often, knock on wood, is theft.
Oh.
When someone takes advantage of a senior.
Oh my goodness.
That is non-negotiable for me. I'll call the police, I'll prosecute, I don't care. You're not doing that. Not if I can help it. Fortunately, I've only had a couple of those in all these years, which is great. The background screening really helps screen out those that have any kind of hiccup in their record. But yeah, that's a non-negotiable.
I could see that. How do you lead people through tough seasons like staffing shortages and burnouts?
The office team is very good at reading people. They're better at it than I am. But when someone's having a problem, we'll say, hey, come in, let's talk. If someone, say a caregiver's been with someone and they pass, well, there's places around like Sutter and Fremont Rideout, that shows you my age, Adventist Rideout. They have counseling, free counseling. So there's things that we can do to help a person deal with having to say goodbye to someone, because you're in there giving someone a bath, and you're doing everything for them, and combing their hair and so on, and making meals, and maybe sitting with them and letting them hold their hand while they cry about they're facing the end, and then they're gone. And it can be traumatic for some people.
I could see that.
Some people can handle that, and they're glad to, and then they're angels, and others will struggle. Maybe it forces them to relive a death in their own family. So we try to help get them counseling, or just talk to us. We have our own training, it's franchise specific that we go through. And so there's a lot of avenues to help people get through rough spots. As far as the office team, we have a meeting once a week to discuss what's going on, kind of where the business is at. That's the time to bring up anything. Myself, my door's always open. If someone's got something going on, and not so much anymore, but I've changed batteries and alternators and fixed teeth and all kinds of stuff, helping people get on their feet, just like I was treated at my former job. So it's fun to help people, especially if they're appreciative.
Oh, yes.
Appreciative.
Absolutely. What has kept you motivated after all these years in business?
Just the joy of helping people. I don't know if it's the salesman in me, I get excited with every new client. You go out and sell, and every salesman wants to close a deal, whether you're selling widgets or contracts or whatever.
Right.
And that's never gone away from me. Someone says, oh, we got a new client. I'm like, yes, touchdown.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. And when we lose one, that's not fun either. But helping people, being a good employer, I try to listen and do the things that our employees would like. And hopefully you get those home runs that makes people want to stay. And so far, I think we've done pretty good, since so many have stayed for quite a while. I know one thing I try to do is tell the employee, this is what I expect, and then get out of their way.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember there was a business I used to go to, and it had a sign that It kind of said hire good people, give them the tools to succeed, and then get the hell out of the way and let them make you famous. And that's what I've tried to do, is like give them their autonomy. And some people, when they make a mistake, really crumble. One former person that worked with me for a long time said they feel like they let dad down when they make a mistake.
Aw, that's an honor, honestly, to hear someone say that.
I don't feel that way. But, I have to remind them, okay, you made 10 decisions today, and one went sideways. So work on the one and don't take it too hard. I mean, unless it was egregious, it's going to happen.
How do you keep a cool, calm, tone and everything if someone maybe triggers you? Or do you get triggered? I don't even know if you get triggered.
I do, and I've learned to try to give it 24 hours.
Okay.
Or wait till I get in the car and then beat on the steering wheel.
Okay. So you have your ways to work through that.
Stuff happens, and maybe it's just getting older, but sometimes stuff happens, and then if you think about it for a while, try to see it from what the other person saw, and think, where is my participation in this? Did I train the person enough? Did I give them clear direction? Did they just blow it? It runs the gamut. Fortunately, that doesn't happen. The biggest things are when someone does something really bad, something that's a terminable offense, for lack of a better word, where it's a theft, or they do something or say something in the client's home that they shouldn't have said. And so, like that.
Yeah, I can see that. What keeps you consistent while the industry is changing?
Well, we've learned over the years that we have to change. I mean, what we're doing now, we didn't do 5 years ago, and what we will do in 5 years from now will be a little different than today. That's the beauty of the franchise system, because there's a lot of communication from the home office. There's about 450 offices nationwide, and there's about 700 worldwide. And so almost every instance of an issue that's come up, someone else has already faced.
Oh, wow.
So there's a lot of good information sharing and coaching. And then, you look for opportunities to be better. And that's where the staff comes in. Bring your ideas. What tools do you need to improve your job? Whether it's software or a new computer, or have you tried this? And that's what our meetings are good for, because someone can say, what's your pain point? Well, this drives me crazy. Okay, well, these are my options, unless you know something I don't. And so, we've moved and changed scheduling systems and bought software and tried things. And
yeah. Now, as a business owner, if you were to give another business owner some advice, if they're stuck at the same revenue year after year, what's the first thing that they should look at?
Is the phone ringing? What are you doing to bring in new business? And if you're not getting new business, why? Are you not out talking to people that would refer to you? Are you not returning calls? I sound like I know what I'm talking about. A lot of it's been the school of hard knocks.
Yeah, that's why we're talking to you, because you've already been through a lot of this.
You have a list of new clients, and in our business, the buying cycle can be as much as a year and a half.
Okay.
From when someone calls, then they have sticker shock because they find out it's going to be so many dollars an hour.
Right.
And they knew it, but still to hear it hurts. And then you have to convince the senior that doesn't want care, I don't need any help. And then, but you look at these people that say, yeah, call me in 2 weeks, I'm going to talk to family. And then you look at your dad and we didn't call back.
Oh.
It's like, well, somebody's going to help them.
Yeah.
And so that's been a biggie for us, was learning to follow up. It's just to keep trying.
Mm-hmm. What advice would you give to someone who wants to grow their business, but also wants their life back?
Well, that's where I was. I was trying to be the accountant and the sales guy and doing the building maintenance and have a family. And that's where that one coach that I headed off with said, you're going to be right here forever unless you do something different. And so that's when I hired for different positions, not all at once, but you hire one and you grow enough to cover it, and then you hire another. And then when you have to realize that what the person said was right and quit being stubborn, being open to change is hard. And that's where a lot of us are. People buy a business, whether it's a franchise business or whatever, and they hang their shingle over the door and they expect the phone to ring. And if nobody knows you, you can spend all the money you want, but you gotta go out and let people know and build some relationships and earn their trust.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we've been fortunate that, when I say we, I probably mean my family, but we've been fortunate that I've had really good people that have done a good job. And when someone says, hey, call Comfort Keepers, they'll take care of you, or it's a friend, they say, call Neil. Another thing we've done, and I've done this since day one, is people will call and they need something I can't do. Medical care, they're looking for equipment, we're not an equipment dealer. But instead of saying no, I'll do what other friends like you, someone calls and says, I'm stuck with my website. Okay, call Cameo, tell her I told you to call. If she doesn't know, she'll know somebody to call. And if that doesn't work, call me back and we'll find someone else. And that's been really helpful, because it's really frustrating to call somewhere and they say, we don't do that. Who should I call? I don't know. Bye.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're an adult child and your senior parent needs something and you don't live here, you're in a spot already. And so if we can help, it's always fun. And it comes back. It's all part of being in the community.
Yeah, it feels good to be a resource. Plus, you're helping the other businesses by referring people to them. So that makes it really nice.
Yeah, the business community has been phenomenal to us over the years, and we try to give back as well.
Yeah. Well, Neil, when I thought about doing a podcast with you, I was like, Neil's a wealth of knowledge. I'm going to do some trivia with him. Is that okay? I have some questions. You ready?
Yeah.
This is Yuba Sutter related stuff, so I figured you'd know. All right, this one's hard. I didn't know this one. Before it was officially named Yuba City, what was the area originally known as?
Ooh. Well, it was part of Sutter's Ranch.
Do you remember the name of the farm?
The hog farm.
It was. Oh my gosh. High five on that. You got that. That's crazy. I did not know that. Okay, what famous American author once lived in the Yuba Sutter area and wrote parts of his work nearby?
Mark Twain was here, but I don't know if he lived here.
It says it's Mark Twain. Dude. Okay, 2 for 2. The Feather River levee system became especially important after which major historical event?
1955 flood.
Yep. Wow. Okay, why is Marysville...
I have a funny trivia to insert. My stepdad's uncle was older, and he remembered when they built the first levee on the Sutter bypass.
Okay.
And he told me a group of them got into a boat out by Meridian and came up Gil Sizer Slough all the way to Yuba City to help with the flood.
Oh, interesting.
And some of the locals will know where Gil Sizer Slough goes, behind Hillcrest Plaza and over that way. It's a big drainage ditch.
Oh, I didn't know about that at all.
Yeah.
So, okay. Why is Marysville sometimes referred to as the gateway to the north?
Because it was the last stop for the gold fields.
Yep.
And before hydraulic mining, they had steamships that would come up the river and stop.
Nice.
Also into Colusa, the Sacramento River.
Okay. Why is rice such a dominant crop in the Yuba Sutter region compared to many other parts of California?
I'm not sure, other than the land and the weather.
It says clay-heavy soil and flood irrigation.
Yeah.
That makes it ideal for rice here.
Lots of water. We
What?
also were a peach capital at one time, which down where the Sutter campus is was Del Monte Cannery.
Okay. So we are really known for rice, almonds, peaches. I mean, a lot of agriculture in this area, prunes. What is one major challenge unique to running a business in a smaller agriculturally based community?
One challenge, then, I consider it a blessing because I'm a small town guy. But one challenge is we don't have big local media. You know, we don't have a major network here.
Like a news station?
Yeah, I mean, we have our cable and we have local radio, which is great. I've done local radio for years, but we don't have a big Channel 3, Channel 12,
Right.
13 type of thing here. So when people want to do marketing, it's different now with the internet, but at one time it was different because we didn't have a big local television presence, you know,
Right.
like a
Fox
40 or
ABC,
anything like
yeah.
that. So, you know, on the flip side, all those relationships mean something locally.
Yeah, that was my last question, is why do many local businesses rely heavily on relationships and reputation rather than marketing budgets?
Because this is my opinion and my experience is we don't have an endless supply of cash to go out and sell and advertise and so on. And we have to be better than the big guys that do have that kind of money. And so we have to make sure we cross our T's and dot our I's and give people a decent experience.
Yeah.
You know, our motto for Comfort Keepers is elevate the human experience. And so when we go into a home, we hope that we raise the standard of living and make that person's life a little better. And that includes the family. So the daughter that lives out of town in the Bay Area can come up here and be a daughter and not have to be a caregiver.
So Neil, you were talking about some of the stats for seniors, and do you want to bring that up a little bit?
Sure. In 2025, over 4 million people turned 65. And there's something like 11,000 a day turning 65. It's an incredible number. And so the boomers, I think, are 1944 to 64, of which I am. And so there's a lot of concern in the industry about, they call it the silver tsunami that's coming until that group ages out. So probably, I think it's around 2050 or so that will start to back off. And so there's going to be a lot of need. There's going to be a lot of need for caregivers. There's a lot of movement now to remain at home and even have health care in the home because the outcomes are so much better and it's less expensive. So that'll be the next change that we'll have to deal with, is we'll continue to fight for the same caregiver because there's more seniors than caregivers. And so that's where you have to be a decent employer and treat people right, or they'll leave.
Now, if someone wants to get into caregiving, is it kind of a hard thing to get into, or what would they need to do?
They would, for us, if you have a genuine desire to help seniors, then we can train you to be a caregiver.
Okay.
We can't train desire.
Right.
But we offer training. There's state mandated training to get a home care aide license. But then Comfort Keepers has training, and we do ongoing training all year. There's a course a month, and we pay for that. And same thing with the office staff. Stuff comes up for the office staff, and even if they were to leave, I tell them I'll take this class because I'm investing in you. You know, and your knowledge will help us here, but you can take that knowledge anywhere. So, I hope I answered your question.
Oh yeah, that's great. So they can actually just reach out to Comfort Keepers if they have the desire to help the elderly. If the desire is in their heart, they can be trained for the care.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And then from there, they can take classes like the One Stop, for example, has CNA classes where they can go more into the medical side.
Oh, gotcha.
And, if they really like it, they could go to Yuba College and become an LVN or an RN or things
Okay.
like that. So we have a few that have started with us and moved into a more professional career.
So it gave them
in
the
medical field.
experience. Yeah.
And it's fun to watch them
Yeah.
blossom, and you can never be upset with someone that betters themselves.
Yeah. Now, Neil, as someone I personally look up to, if you were mayor for one day and there were no restrictions like on money or anything, what impact would you make?
Couple things. One, I would deal with traffic. I would find a way to alleviate some of the downtown traffic in both cities. So instead of commute traffic, we had commerce traffic, if that makes sense. And people are trying. I'm not bad-mouthing anybody. It's not an easy nut to crack. And everybody has their own idea, including me. So, but if I had the magic wand, I would start with that. And I don't know, there's issues like homeless. I don't know what a mayor could do about that. They're trying. The state is trying. Everybody's trying. I don't know what the solution is. Everybody would like to see someone not on the street.
Right.
But yeah, traffic. And then I would like more people to take advantage of educational opportunities, because one thing we've learned over the years, like with the Economic Development Corporation and such, is that there's companies that would come here, but they need a skilled workforce. We're an agricultural area. We're not a tech area.
Right.
And so what does that look like? I'm not sure. I'm not that up on that. I do know that we have opportunities to learn. And it's hard because of things like you're a single parent, you have childcare. But yeah, if I could wave the magic wand, I would have a well-trained community that we could entice some of those large employers to be here.
Would you like to see a big tech company move into the area?
Certainly.
Yeah.
For example, out by the Hard Rock Casino, that's Yuba County's industrial zone. And they're working on and have improved infrastructure. And I would love to see a large employer to help with our unemployment and give people good jobs with benefits and chances to grow. There's a lot of small businesses like mine that hire, and we do what we can, but it would be nice to see some large employers like we used to have, like the food processing and meat packing places, and different things that used to be here. I don't know what changed. The state has changed and regulations and so on, and people have moved out of state. But, if I could be king, I would love to see our traffic flow worked on, a solution, not worked on. People are going to have to put their heads together, and we as a community have to decide what we want and what we don't want.
Right.
And then opportunities to put people to work, because when the economy is good and people are working, good things happen around here.
Yeah, we have a very attractive region. I mean, if you're in Yuba City or Marysville, you literally can see any kind of climate within like a 2-hour drive, right? I mean, a couple hours you're at the snow, a couple hours you're at the ocean, a couple hours, 1 hour you're at the Capitol, a couple hours you're in the Bay Area. It's like, we are like a nice little hub, right?
The other thing that people that are here know that others don't is when the chips are down, this community will give and give. We've seen it with the fires. We've seen it with the floods. I was flooded in 86. Some of the older people were flooded in 55. We've had the fires. We had the Oroville Dam. We had the Yuba City bus crash. Major events, and watch the people come together and donate and give and work hard for each other. Other communities don't have that.
No.
It's pretty amazing. And we're always told how economically depressed we are, but this community will have your back when the chips are down.
We're not relationshiply depressed,
Yeah.
right? Our community is very, very strong in relationships.
Yes.
It's actually known, and I had talked to someone in the legal field and just on a regular conversation, and they said, honestly, our area, we are not Sue happy. Like people say California is Sue happy, but he was saying in our area, people are much more concerned about keeping their reputation than suing someone. So they would rather work it out on a personal level. And I thought that that was really endearing to hear, because I see it in our community. I see how tight-knit we are. But to hear that from an attorney, I was like, oh, that's neat.
Yeah, it also makes it hard to leave here.
It does.
I mean, if I have a problem, I can pick up the phone and I can call somebody, and it's someone I know, and I'll say, this is what I'm facing. Like I told you, I need someone with a website. Okay, call Cameo.
Yeah. It's the relationships. It's hard to ever let go of relationships. I feel very strongly that relationships are number one.
The other thing that comes along with that is, because we are economically depressed on our ranking, the kids that they want to have opportunity end up moving away. And that's one thing, you say, if you were mayor and you could bring in some industry, so those opportunities would stay here and families would be here.
Keep our kids around.
If you're into farming, then you're in the right spot. If you're into recreation, as far as outdoor recreation, you're in the right spot. But if you like the city and the nightlife and all that, we're rural.
Yeah. We have a little bit of that, but it's nothing like the big cities. But there's something about that too. It's almost like a little bit of a protection, a little bit of safety for us. I've been in some of these big cities where they have a lot going on. And sometimes I do feel like it's a little scary.
Yeah, well, for those of us that are country kids, we want to go home and not be able to look out the window and see our neighbor.
Yeah.
That's a personal preference, but I love it here.
At least we have the chickens no matter where we go.
Yes.
Kind of reminds us, right? So Neil, before we say goodbye, is there anything else you would like to say or talk about?
Not really. If anybody has any questions about home care, whether they use our service or not, I'm glad to answer questions and offer help any way I can. And thank you for inviting me over and
Yeah, thank you.
chatting. And I look forward to seeing you soon.
Awesome. Thanks, Neil.
Thank you.
Boom.